All right, you guys, welcome. Hey, I'm super excited to see you, Angie. Nice to see you since the new year. I haven't seen you. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Susanna. Thanks for coming. Marie, I don't think I know you yet, but hello.
I am a guest of Susanna. She invited me. I am actually looking at EXP and
exciting.
Had a guest pass on the site yesterday with the Pennsylvania room. So thank you. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, now you get to see what we do in EXP Family Tree every week and some of the awesome coaches and trainers that we've partnered with to bring value to our agents. Iva, nice to see you on as well. And Derek is always here. He shows up, but he doesn't usually get a chance to talk because I don't think he can from that computer, but I know he always tunes in. And Kelly, welcome, because I don't think I know you yet either, but welcome. And where are you from?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here. Rhonda, nice to see you as always. Rhonda's a team leader in Branson, Missouri with me. So awesome to see you guys. I was mentioning to you at the beginning, John Dietz is here. He is a coach, a trainer, an author. He's been a top team leader. He's sold probably thousands of homes. I haven't asked you how many, but you were listing hundreds of homes a year. So I imagine that equates to a lot of real estate transactions over the years. He's just an amazing human being as much as he is a wealth of knowledge. And because we know each other and he's continuing to grow his coaching business, we've asked him to just come in and bring value to our agents, however he would be able and willing to, and it really becomes a win-win for us all. So just so you guys know, if you are looking for Pacific Mountain Time, he does do a phone call for 30 minutes at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He also does Monday through Friday. Is that at 8:30 a.m.? Yes. Eastern? Yes, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So if you're Eastern or Central, you can calculate that if that's a better time frame for you. And that's every day. Those are free. And then he's got a little upgrade and he'll talk a little bit about that. If you're really getting value, it is super low monthly cost for a really cool group coaching. And, but today he's here offering his expertise to us in EXP Family Tree for free, for you guys for free. And I just am really grateful he's here. So I'm going to let John take it away, you guys. He knows way more than I do in his areas of expertise. And I'm just going to bless you all with his time. And thank you guys for being here. And in the meantime, John, I'll monitor any chat and let people in so you don't have to focus on that. Okay.
Cool. Cari, if you would just give me a 10-minute heads up when we're running out of time, because I don't look at the clock, and once I get going, it's pretty much out of control.
I can do that.
All right, everybody, it's absolutely a pleasure to be here. I'm John Dietz. I started selling real estate in 2002. Got my license because my wife thought it would be a good idea. I didn't, and she won. So, you know, one of the things that I share when I'm speaking to a group of people in a room is to all the guys. So when your wife suggests that you do something, just do it. You're going to eventually do it anyways. So I got my real estate license and sold one home in my first 6 months. Was really crushing it. One of the things that you'll find out about me is I'm pretty sarcastic. So selling one home in 6 months is not crushing it, but I didn't really have a reason to be successful. That's kind of important. Was working in the corporate field as a sales manager, trainer, and coach, but not in real estate. It was another world. I wasn't having fun. I didn't enjoy my job. My wife saw that and said, you should go get your real estate license. Okay, got my license, sold one home in 6 months. Then the company that I was working for fired me. And overnight, I became a full-time real estate agent. Now, remember, I had sold one home prior to this. At the time I had, my son was 5 years old. He's 26 today. My daughter, Lacey, was 6 months old. She's 21 today. I had a mortgage, I had bills to pay, and oh boy, I got to find a way to be successful selling real estate. So I went to my team leader, it would be somebody like Cari, and I asked, what do I need to do in order to earn $200,000 a year selling real estate? Now, I had sold one home so far, and fortunately, he didn't laugh at me. He said, here's what you do, and he laid out a plan. And the plan was basically, this is how many homes you need to sell. This is how many appointments you need to go on. This is how many lead generation calls you need to make. And I said, okay, cool, I can do that. Now, in the next 6 months after that, I sold 60 houses. So I went from 1 home sold my first 6 months to 60 in the next 6 months, and an average of about 100 every year after that. And I was looking at the title of today's conversation that we're having, lead gen strategies to take more seller listings. And I was like, oh boy, good. I'm really glad it's not lead gen strategies to close more buyers, because in 13 years of being in production, I've never worked with a buyer, never shown a home, never wrote a contract. I've done 2 things, and that's lead generation for listing appointments, go on listing appointments, and take listings. And I took an average of about 12 to 15 homes, seller listings every month. And one of the things I'm going to tell you is the market we're going into, you guys should be excited, because it's a lot easier to take listings in this market than the market we just came out of. This is a skills-based market. So master the skills of real estate. What are those? So become the local economist of choice. If I'm taking notes, I'm writing that down. Becoming the local economist of choice means you know the market better than anybody else does. For your local market, you know by neighborhood how many homes are for sale. You know by school district within a 2 to 3 mile radius how many homes are for sale between 500 and 550. How many sold in the last 6 months between 500 and 550? How many are selling every 30 days? And what's the inventory? In other words, you know, you live in Robin Hood neighborhood. Got it. Those are great homes. And do you know what the market's like in Robin Hood? The market is currently at about a 90-day supply of inventory. That means there's 18 homes for sale and 6 are selling every 30 days, which means you have about 90 days of inventory. It also means in order to sell your home, you have to be one of the top 6 properties that are on the market. And when you start having conversations with people like that, you become the local economist of choice. When you can share with them what we've learned through history, for example, did you own a home between 2008 and 10? Now, in 2012, if you still own that same home, did you wish you would have sold it back in 2007? And is it possible that this market might be like that market? If you knew that it was, what would you do? You can explain to people that when a market shifts, it doesn't just shift and come back. There's V markets, L markets, U markets. When a market shifts and the prices start to drop, a V market means it's going to go down at a certain rate and it's going to bounce back at the same rate. It's a V market, meaning if prices decreased for 2 years, then it would take 2 more years for prices to go back up. 4 years from now, your home is worth what it was when the market shifted. Well, in reality, what typically happens is you end up with a little bit of an L market and a U market. It means it drops, it flatlines, and it comes back slowly. Back in 2008, when prices started to drop, it was 2016 before homes were worth what they were worth in 2008. And most people who were selling real estate at that time would tell you that prices started to come back in about 2012. Now, you're thinking, what does any of this have to do with lead generation strategies to go get more listings? Starts with being able to talk to people like the local economists of choice in order to bring value to the conversation so that people want to work with you. Your elevator pitch, and then I'm going to get right to some strategies. Your elevator pitch, if somebody says, why should I hire you? Number one, I'm a local economist of choice. Nobody knows the market better than I do. I am a strategic pricing professional. And I am a marketing specialist in order to attract the right buyer for your home. All right. I don't have a PowerPoint. I'm not going to pull out a white pad and draw a lot of pictures. I'm not going to show you a lot of pictures, but I'm going to tell you what I want you to do. I want you to draw 3 buckets at the top of the page. And inside each of those buckets, on the far left bucket, I want you to write the word prospecting. In the middle bucket, I want you to write marketing. And in the bucket on the right, I want you to write repeat and referral business. Now, this is the 3 areas that you're going to focus on daily. You're going to focus on prospecting, marketing, and repeat and referral business. And ideally, about a third of your business is coming from each of these buckets. That's important because let's say you're 100% repeat referral business. That's awesome. Good for you. Brian Matheny loves you. Keep doing that. Here's a challenge. When the market shifts, those referrals don't continue to come in at the same rate that they did when the market was hot. Now, all of a sudden, you find yourself, oh boy, I need to learn how to prospect. I need to learn how to call expired listings. Well, you're behind the game if you're not already doing it. So ideally, a third of your business is coming from each of these buckets. All right, what I want you to write under those 3 buckets is 250 days. That's how many days you're going to work if you work 50 weeks and 5 days a week. 250 days, I want you to multiply that times 20. That's 20 real estate conversations a day. That's 5,000 real estate conversations. The goal of the conversation is to schedule an appointment, get a referral, build a relationship, add somebody new to your database. I want you to draw a funnel directly under that like a tornado. This is your pipeline. And I want you to put the number 250 in there. Because every day, what I want you to focus on is scheduling one appointment with someone who is looking to sell their home. Doesn't matter if they're thinking 30 days from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now, because you're looking for opportunity, period, not just opportunity right now. I'm going to give you 2 lead generation strategies to get more listing. Let's start with expireds. I started every day calling expired listings during a market shift because it becomes the greatest opportunity in this market. You're going to see a lot of expired listings in this market. Right now, currently 25% of the homes that are going on the market are coming off the market, not sold. That number is going to grow. Don't be surprised if it gets to 50% plus. Start the day calling expired listings. Now you can use Vulcan 7, VULCAN, or you could use RedX as technology tools in order to pull these lists. Search phone numbers, scrub those numbers against the do not call list, or you can pull the list yourself. Now, what I want you to be focused on is the numbers you get. Don't worry about the numbers you don't. I'm going to give you some strategies on that too. I have a lot of real estate agents that I train and coach who come to me and say, John, pulled 50 new expired listings, and I only found 20 phone numbers. I'm like, holy cow, how terrible. You got 20 people to call. Sarcastic. Focus on the numbers you get. Don't worry about the ones you don't. I'll give you a plan for that in just a minute. All right, start making these calls early. All right, this is where the recording is on. Oh boy. I'm going to get in trouble probably. So I started making these calls as early as 7 a.m. in the morning because I wanted to be the first person to call these expired listings. Now, whatever state you're in, I'm sure they have rules around this, how early you're allowed to call. And don't say, well, John said to start calling at 7 a.m. in the morning. I didn't say that. I said, I made calls as early as 7 a.m. in the morning. Now, scripts are super important. I've written 2 books on this. They're both on Amazon. One is Scripts for Success in Real Estate. The other one is Rainmaker. And if anybody came to me and said, what's the one thing that I can do in order to sell more homes in the least amount of time, my answer would be master the conversations of real estate. Internalize scripts at a super high level. So I'm calling Terry. Terry answers the phone. Hey, Terry, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. I'm calling because I noticed your listing came off the market, and I'm just curious, if I had a full price offer today, would you want me to bring you the offer? I'm going to get to that question as quickly as I can because Terry's going to hang up the phone if I don't. I'm not going to call him and say, hey, Terry, how are you? He's lousy. His home just came off the market. And I don't need to hear how lousy he is. So I'm not going to give him an opportunity to tell me how angry he is and how much he hates real estate agents, blah, blah, blah. Terry, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company, just calling to find out if I had a full price offer on your home, would you want me to bring you the offer? That's it. Purpose of the call, write this down, is to get an appointment, period, the end. Don't judge away opportunity. Now, if you talk to enough real estate coaches and different real estate companies, they're going to teach you, qualify, and only meet with people who are ready, willing, and able to sell their home. My method's completely different. My method is meet with everybody. On the phone, this is my self-talk to myself. I'm just another pushy realtor. Face to face, they're going to like me. And I had sellers who told me all the time, John, you're the only agent we agreed to meet with. You got lots of calls and you're the only one we agreed to meet with. And we don't even know why. I'm like, cool, thank you. Don't respond with, yeah, I know I'm the best, right? No, that's not a good response. So cool, I'm so grateful to be here. Now, Terry might ask me, where were you? My house was on the market for 6 months. Here's your response. You know, in my experience, when a home doesn't sell that should have, like yours, it usually comes down to one of three reasons, either price, presentation, or marketing. Just out of curiosity, which of those three do you believe is the reason your home didn't sell? Now, I didn't answer his question, did I? No, it's a head fake. If I could, it's a pattern interrupt. If I can get Gary and Terry involved in this conversation, he forgot that he even asked me why I didn't show his home when it was on the market, which leads to a conversation. You know, Terry, if I could pop by and take a look at your home, not only could I potentially bring you an offer, but I would be able to tell you why your home didn't sell. Would today at 4 work or would 5 be better? Now, if he pushes me, in other words, no, really, why didn't you show my home? You know, I'm hearing you're frustrated and I get it, right? You have a right to be frustrated. Your home was on the market 6 months, it didn't sell. But honestly, the reason I didn't show your home is I didn't know it was for sale. Can I explain? You see, if you were to hire me, I would email all of the top agents and I would let them know your home is for sale. I would call all of the top agents in our market and I would let them know your home is for sale. And quite honestly, your agent never called me. So if I had a full price offer on your home, would you want me to bring you the offer? Now you might hear, do you have an offer? Great question. And I won't know until I see your home. All I need is 10 or 15 minutes to pop by so I could potentially bring you an offer. Does today at 4 o'clock work or would 5 be better for you?
Hey, John, can I follow up on that real quick on the one where, well, how come you didn't see that my home was for sale if you're a top agent in the area? So
Yeah.
why do you have to wait for, I'm just curious on how you would handle that, because that's where my mind immediately went. It's like, well, if you're a top agent, why didn't you see my home? Why did you need a phone call?
Terry, a couple of reasons. First of all, there's thousands of homes in the MLS when you consider all price ranges and you consider this big area, right? Would you agree with that?
I would.
Okay. And your home came off the market at $565,000, right?
It did.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, if you'd had an offer for $549,000, what would you have done?
I may have considered it.
Yeah. And see, I was selling homes between 525 and 550, but I didn't see yours because it didn't even come up in the search. Not only did your real estate agent not let me know your home was for sale, they put you in the wrong market. It's like fishing with your bait 3 feet out of the water and then asking, why am I not catching any fish?
Also, I was overpriced.
Possibly. I won't know until I see your home. So does 4 o'clock work or would 5 be better for you?
5 o'clock works great.
Okay. So you think I've heard that objection before? Of course I have. You know, Tom Hopkins teaches in his book, How to Master the Art of Selling, have 3 responses for every objection you ever heard. And first 5 years that I was in the business, I carried a notebook with me everywhere. I still do. But my focus, especially in the beginning, was to write down every objection I heard. And then to write down 3 responses for every objection. Now, the next step is to PDR those responses, practice, drill, rehearse. So that when you hear an objection, you're not inside your head thinking, oh my gosh, what's the answer? You're just waiting for them to stop. You're listening. They can tell you're listening. And you're going to pick 1, 2, or 3. I'm ready to go. Let's go. I've got a response ready to go because I've practiced this. It's my job. All right. Purpose of the call is to get the appointment. If they tell you I'm never going to list my home, I'm going to sell it by owner, I'm going to list with another agent, I'm going to list with anybody but you, Cool. Does 4 o'clock work, or would 5 be better for you? If you do bring me a buyer, that's fine. I'm only paying 1%. Awesome. 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, what's best for you? The purpose of the call is to get the appointment. I can't tell you how many sellers completely change when you're face to face. Now, one of the most common questions I get is, John, if the purpose of the call is to get the appointment, what do I do when I go on the appointment? Great question. Purpose of the appointment is to create a foundation to follow up.
If you like,
guys,
you can see
I don't know if Cari's still with us. I don't know if I can mute people. Hold on one second, guys. I'm not the host, so I can't.
I did. I muted. It wasn't working for a second, but I got him.
All right. Thanks, Cari. All right. Purpose of the appointment is to create a foundation to follow up from. It's to convey that you care about them, they can trust you, and you know what you're doing. Anytime you meet with a homeowner, whether it's previewing an expired listing or for sale by owner or going to their house for dinner, they're going to sell their house and they know you're a realtor. They're interviewing you. I promise you, they're always interviewing, looking for the right agent to sell their home. And the 3 questions that they're asking themselves about you are, do you care about me? Can I trust you? Do you know what you're doing? It's your job to convey, I care about you, you can trust me, and I know what I'm doing. And it's in that order, okay? So first of all, I'm gonna call ahead of time and I'm gonna confirm the appointment. Hey, Cari, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate. We have an appointment today at 4 p.m. Look forward to seeing you then. I'm gonna call again when I'm on the way. Hey, Cari, John Dietz again, I'm on my way. I should be there right at 4 o'clock unless I run into traffic. If that happens, I'll give you a call. All right, now I'm gonna park my car in the street. I'm gonna be dressed professionally, and I'm gonna knock on the door at exactly 4 o'clock. This is my Kodak moment. I have 10 seconds to make a great first impression. When Cari opens that door, I'm gonna greet Cari with enthusiasm, dressed professionally. I look like somebody she would hire. Hey, Cari, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. We had an appointment at 4 p.m. and it's 4 p.m. May I come in? Now, contrast that with, hey, Miss Briner, my name is John Dietz. We had an appointment for 4 p.m. today and it's 4 p.m. May I come in? Which one do you want to hire? Right. So I'm enthusiastic. Now, the moment I walk in that front door, wow, you have a beautiful home. I'm super excited to be here, and I'm excited to help you sell your home. Now, what am I doing? I'm assuming the sale. I'm assuming she's going to hire me. And she may not hire me today, but she eventually is going to hire me. Now, be different than everybody else. Offer to take your shoes off, for example. Hey, Cari, would you like me to take my shoes off before I take a step on your beautiful carpet? On that Kodak moment thing, guys, remember that when you go on an appointment, you're taking your shoes off. Don't wear holy socks. Because all they're going to remember is, yeah, you're the dude with his toes sticking out. All right, next, Cari, I'd love for you to take me on a tour of your home. I'm going to ask some questions and I'm going to take lots of notes. Now, when I'm sitting at the front door, I'm not holding it up like this. It's down here and they can see I'm taking notes and I'm going to ask questions because this is the information I'm going to use to help you sell your home. Important. All right, now as we're touring Cari's home, I have 3 rules. Rule number 1, ask a lot of questions. Ask questions that a buyer would ask. How old was your roof? I can see that you have brand new windows. When did you install the new windows? Gorgeous kitchen. Holy cow, which is rule number 2, like their home. So important. I've had so many homeowners. Cari mentioned how many homes I sold. Somewhere between 1,500 and 1,600 homes. And 12 to 15 listings every month for 13 years. I've done thousands of appointments with sellers. And I've heard many, many times, You know, somebody, so-and-so came over and they looked at my house and they didn't even like it. Why would I hire them? You know, my response to that is, great question. I love your home. Hire me. So number 2, like their home. Okay, so ask lots of questions, take lots of notes. As you take notes, this is number 3, take notes out loud. In other words, beautiful, gorgeous, updated kitchen, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, travertine floors. Oh my gosh, I love your kitchen. All right, you're going to do that throughout every room of the home. Now, one of the questions that I usually get here is, what if the home isn't beautiful? There's a lot of amazing opportunity here. Holy cow. Now, it may be an opportunity to bring a bulldozer and knock over the house and build a new one, but there's opportunity. Find something positive to say. Take your time, tour the entire home. Don't make any shortcuts. And exit conversation is critically important. Yeah, build rapport, I agree. So on an expired listing appointment, before I leave Cari, first of all, you have a beautiful home. My goal now is to bring you a buyer and help you sell your home. And before I go, if it's okay, I'd love to ask you just a couple of questions. Question number 1. You know, in my experience, most homeowners who have a listing that didn't sell, that should have, but didn't, like yours, usually have a game plan for how long before they put their home back on the market. Just out of curiosity, what's your game plan? You know, if your home would have sold, where were you moving to? She says, Tampa. By the way, Tampa is always my answer. I don't know why. I've never lived in Tampa. She says, Tampa. My response to that is, what's in Tampa? Family. Now be careful on this one, because if you respond, awesome, that's exciting, she might be going to Tampa to take care of a sick parent. It's not exciting. It's not awesome. So be careful when you hear family. Got it. Understood. How soon would you like to be there? Look for motivation. Motivation shows up like frustration. So an example of motivation would be, honestly, I thought I would have already been there. I can't believe my home didn't sell. You know, it was on the market for 6 months. I had lots of showings. I even got offers. Kind of frustrated. Oh boy, opportunity. As soon as you hear frustration, if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, if you were to list your home with a professional like me, list your home with a professional like me, you would want to hire an aggressive agent, wouldn't you? And if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. It sounds like you might be thinking it's time to put your home back on the market with a professional like me. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money and less time, would you be interested in sitting down and learning how I could do that? Notice my tonality dropped. The conversation got really serious. I'm sincere. If you're a high D, your natural tonality is going to be, so if I could show you how I could sell your home in 30 days, would you want to see that? Yeah, that's not going to work with a high S. They feel like they're being run over. You have to bring your tone down. Talk to somebody like they're your grandmother. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? Now, what if you hear, I don't want to list my home? Oh, I get it. I understand. And I'm curious. I'm just asking, are you at least curious to see what I would do to get your home sold for the most money in the least amount of time? You're going to get yes more than you think. Now you've got a listing appointment. All right. If you don't get yes, finish with, thank you again for the opportunity to see your home. I can promise you I'm really good at follow-up, which means I'm going to stay in touch. I am really persistent and I'm not pushy. All right, success happens in the follow-up. And I want you to follow up once a week for the first 4 weeks, once every other week for the next 8 weeks. And then after that, once every month, forever, no matter what they say. I'm never going to list my house. Cool, talk to you next month. If I ever do list my house, I'm going to hire so-and-so. Awesome. Talk to you next month. Reject, rejection. No is not a word that lives in your vocabulary. No simply means not yet. People will not they will not change their mind, but they will make a new decision based on new information. It's your job to provide them with new information in order to give them an opportunity to make a new decision. Now, what typically happens here is, on average, expired listings are going to take 60 days before they put their home on the market, on average. It could be longer. My longest with an expired listing was 3 years and 89 calls. And for the first year, we're never going to hire you, John. You don't need to call anymore. We're going to relist with our previous agent. Cool. Talk to you next month. Then I went a year and a half with nobody picking up the phone. And I left a voicemail every single time. By the way, when you get to monthly calls, your script, hey, Terry, John Dietz, following up as promised. If there's anything I can do for you, I'm a phone call away. That's it. Now, if Terry answers the phone, hey, Terry, John Dietz, following up as promised, just checking in. How are you? Did you get the market report I sent you last month? Do you have any questions? Is there anything I can do for you today? Terry knows I want to list his home. He knows that's why I'm calling. You don't have to go back to, are you ready to list your house? He knows. And I'm going to keep calling until Terry says, you know what, we're ready. Now, with that person, it took 3 years and 89 calls. They called me after telling me they would never hire me. Conversation went pretty much like this. Hey, John, we're ready to put the home on the market. Can you come list it tomorrow? After, we're never going to hire you. You don't need to call anymore. All right, what you're doing is you're creating emotional proximity. And the way emotional proximity works is I'm going to hire the person who's closest to me when I get serious. When I'm ready, I'm going to hire the person who's closest to me, the person who's created emotional proximity. So one of my favorite stores is Nordstrom. So I go in the store at Nordstrom's and Rhonda greets me at the front door. Hi, I'm Rhonda. How can I help you? And my response is, I'm just looking. Now, if Rhonda does what 99.9% of all salespeople working in this department stores do, she's simply going to say, I understand, and I'm here if you have any questions. It's nice. It's not effective. Now, I'm training Nordstrom salespeople right now. So just send this video to people at Nordstrom's. If I'm training the salespeople, I'm going to teach them to say, got it. Hey, by the way, my name is Rhonda. I don't know if I got yours. I'm John. Okay, John, I'm going to be right over here folding clothes. If you need anything, I'm just a couple steps away. Now, I'm going to give that person a minute, maybe 2 minutes to look around, and I'm going to pop in. And I'm simply going to say, now, Rhonda, you're the shopper, I'm the worker. Hey, Rhonda, remember me? I'm John. Just checking in. Do you have any questions for me? No, I don't. Go away. I'm still looking. Cool. I'll be over here folding clothes if you have any questions. Now, 5 minutes later, I'm going to pop back. Hey, Rhonda, John again. I noticed that you're looking at blank, blank, blank. Just want to let you know we've got this amazing sale going on. Is there anything I can do for you? Do you have any questions? No, I'm still just looking. 3 or 4 minutes later, I'm going to pop back again. Hey, Rhonda, I brought you a bottle of water. I see you over here working hard. Love what you're looking at. If there's any questions, I'm right over here. Now, Rhonda picks up the $4,000 Zinnia suit. And instead of looking for anybody with a key in their hand, she's going to look for me because I've created emotional proximity. She's going to go to somebody else and say, where's that John guy? He was a pain in the ass, but holy cow, he was there. I need to talk to him. By the way, the homeowners need to be saying the same thing. When husband and wife are standing in the kitchen and they're listening to a voicemail, who is that voicemail from? Terry Light. That guy's such a pain in the ass. He won't quit calling. Yeah, got it. Who is that call from? That damn Terry Light. next month. Who is that call from? That damn Terry Light. 3 months later, it's time to hire a realtor. Who do you think we should hire? That damn Terry Light. That's how it goes.
It's so true. Oh my gosh. I mean, I've had so many people, John, say to me, you are so persistent. Mm-hmm. And I never knew if that was like, okay, it's good and it's bad at the same time, because they would say it and it would be like, I'm not sure if that's a compliment. And they still called me. Like, thanks for being so persistent. Like, it was, you know, we kind of thought you drove us nuts for a little bit there. I've actually had people tell me that, but you're the only one that kept in touch. Yep. And so that's why we're calling you. And so you are 100% right. They probably actually don't like it. And you guys have to be okay with that.
Yep. You know, Terry, I did the same thing as a team leader. So we're going to take a break from calling expired listings here. I'm going to talk to you about agent attraction. When I'm calling real estate agents, and I recruited an average of 15 agents a month for more than 7 years. So a lot of people. And I had a lot of real estate agents tell me, you know, I'm never joining your company. You can quit calling. Sure. My response was, awesome. Talk to you next month. No, really, John, you can quit calling. I understand, Terry, and I have two choices here. I can either choose to believe you and stop calling you, or I can call you forever and you may eventually change your mind. So I'm going to call you forever. And they're like, oh my gosh, really? Yes, really. And I had some of those agents who actually joined the company, right? Okay, works there too. All right, let's move on to the next most important call you can make every day that other people aren't doing. And I'm going to talk to you about circle prospecting. The way circle prospecting works is you're going to pick a property that just sold. Ideally, it's a home you sold. However, it doesn't matter. A property sold. Got me? Now you're going to call everybody in the neighborhood around that property. And the script is so simple. Let me change screens so I can get a new person. It's easy to role play with me, by the way, because I play both parts. So if I call on your name, Marie, no worries. You're not going to have to talk. I'm just talking to you. So I call Marie. Hey, Marie, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. By the way, if you're hearing me, hey, Marie, yes, that's how I call everybody. I looked her up. I have the list of everybody who lives in the neighborhood. I know that Marie and Bob live in this house. And she doesn't sound like a Bob, so she's probably Marie. And hey, Marie, John Dietz. It's a friend call. I want them to think, do I know this person? Versus, oh my God, it's another sales call. Okay. Hey, Marie, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. And the reason I called is a home in your neighborhood recently sold, which is awesome news. And our challenge now is there are still buyers looking for great homes like yours. I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home in the next 6 months? Now, that's it. It's the same conversation if you knock on their door, by the way. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for, well, I'm thinking of selling my home, but it's not going to be for another year, right? My response to that is, awesome. I'm going to be selling homes a year from now. And I'd love to apply for the opportunity to be your agent. Now, here's what that looks like. I'd love to send you interesting information on the real estate market once a month and call every 3 or 4 months just to check in. And I'm creating emotional proximity. Now, if she says it's going to be a year, it's probably going to be 6 months. And because I followed up, I'm earning the opportunity to be her agent. I'm at least earning the opportunity to come sit down with her and share what I could do to get her home sold. I want you to do the math on this. If you did this once a week, and you didn't stop until you got an opportunity, until you talked to somebody who said, I'm thinking of selling my home, or I know somebody who's thinking of selling their home. If you did this once a week and you didn't stop until you got a lead and you worked 50 weeks, you have 50 listing opportunities from circle prospecting. If you follow up with them systematically and persistently and never give up, at least 25% of them are going to hire you. Those 50 opportunities are going to turn into, should have done the math on this before I did it, before I said it out loud. 20% would be 10, 25% is 15. It's going to turn into 10 to 15 seller listings from circle prospecting 1 day a week, and then following up systematically in order to create emotional proximity. Does it work? 100% it works. Want to put it on steroids? Do this. Get a postcard that you brand, your name, your face, your email address, your phone number. Be broker compliant according to your state. Make sure that's in there. And the message on the postcard is a home in your neighborhood recently sold. We still have buyers looking for great homes like yours. That's it. Now, 2 days after you mail the postcards, I want you to walk the neighborhood and put a door hanger on every single door. It's exactly the same message as the postcard. It looks the same. It's branded with your name, your picture, your contact information. And the message is a home in your neighborhood recently sold. There are still buyers looking for great homes like yours. So 3 days after a home sold, they got a postcard from you and there's a door hanger on the front door. Your name, your face, your picture, postcard, and door hanger. And if you're already not a big pain in the rear end, you're going to, on day number 5, you're going to call everybody in the neighborhood. Hey, Grady, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. You probably got a postcard from me. You probably got something hanging on your front door. The reason I'm calling is a home in your neighborhood recently sold, and we still have buyers looking for great homes like yours. Who do you know that might be looking to sell their home? Now, if you're a homeowner and you got a postcard, you got something hung on your front door the next day, and the day after that, somebody called you, do you want to talk to this person? Yeah, 100%. Now, make that postcard, make that door hanger very, very generic so you can print thousands at a time. Because the same postcard, the same door hanger is going out to every single homeowner every week when you're circle prospecting. I promise you it works. I've been coaching agents on this for years and it works. All right, I've got 3 minutes. For sell by owners, you've got about 6 more months to get those, and then they're gone, probably for another couple of years. And the reason for that is when we get into a market where things really slow down, people will stop trying to sell their home by owner. But there's a lot of them out there right now who are frustrated. I would get on the phone and I'd start calling these people. Rhonda, I notice your home is for sale. Looks like you're selling it by owner. If I had an offer, would you want me to bring you the offer? That's it. Like to pop by today at 4 o'clock, or would 5 be better for you? I don't want to list my home. Rhonda, I'll make a deal with you. I'm never going to ask you to list your home. Never. Besides, I don't want to list your home. I want to sell your home. I can't do that unless I see your home. If you knew that I was the right agent to get your home sold and you said no, and then I sold one of your neighbor's homes and you're still in your home 6 months from now versus having your home sold, how would you feel about that? You know, Rhonda, if the market shifts and values go down in the next 6 months and now you're losing $10,000, $20,000 on the sale of your home, how would you feel about that? If the values drop so much that you can no longer afford to sell your home and you're still in your home for 5 years, how would you feel about that? If interest rates go up, is your home more affordable or is it less affordable? If a home in your neighborhood is foreclosed on, did the value of your home go up or did it go down? What I'm doing, guys, is I'm asking harm's way questions. And the reason I'm asking harm's way questions is I know people are more motivated by avoiding pain than they are by going towards pleasure. All right, Cari, how'd I do?
You did awesome. And I didn't tell you the 10 minutes yet because we do actually have a full hour. So you were just coming up on that. This is amazing. Thank God that I recorded this because I can't write or type that fast, but I'm going to be watching this and I'm going to try to transcribe some of these scripts for you guys. But What do you guys think? Unmute yourself. Let's have some ahas. If you do you have a few minutes, John, to just take a couple of questions and ahas?
Yeah,
okay, great.
I mean, I'm here till 3.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome stuff.
Thanks, Grady.
Thank you.
Helen Ann says, pure fire, get out there and sell people. I love it. Your hair looks great, by the way, Helen Ann. So who else has something? Was there an aha or something that you're like, gosh, I'd never heard that before and I'm going to use that? Or has this motivated you to do something different in your business?
That series of questions was outstanding for a seller to hear.
I agree.
Yeah, it is. And obviously I've spent some time on that. I wasn't reading. All of that is up here. And I'm not saying that to brag. Here's why I'm saying it. If I can, you can.
Yeah.
If I can, anybody can. Now, I practice and role play scripts every morning with a group of about 30 agents right now. That group is part of Rainmaker Plus. Cari, okay if I do this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Rainmaker Plus, let me back up. I made a decision to go a different direction in November of 2022. And I immediately met Rich Tomasini, Bill Price, and Cari. I thought, holy cow, these are 3 rock stars. And every business decision I've ever made in my life, guys, has been made around people, not the company. People that I want to be in business with. And I thought, this is where I want to go. I want to be with these people. Still do, by the way. But there's some legal hurdles we need to get over first. So I am working as an independent trainer and coach. I'm not part of a company. I am coming to you out as a favor to Cari because I'm a huge fan of Cari's. And I make a living as a trainer and coach. I have one free call that I do every day. It's called Rainmaker Training and Coaching. If you want that link, Cari, you save in the chat, drop your email in the chat if you want that link. There's another call that I do every day that's $25 a month. For $25 a month, you could be a part of an exclusive private Facebook group where you're getting additional scripts, you're getting additional videos, and you get to meet with me every day for 30 minutes and practice and role play your scripts. I'll listen to you and I'll coach you on blind spots that you may see that you may not even see. I had an agent calling expires and saying, is your home still for sale or are you taking a break? I'm like, okay, that one's easy. You're telling them how to get rid of you by asking if they're taking a break. So let's eliminate that. Matter of fact, don't even ask them if their home is for sale. Go straight to, if I had an offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? Okay. So Rainmaker Plus is $25 a month. Get a ton of value for that. My vision is that organization will grow really, really big. And I'm going to reach out to as many real estate agents as I can. By the way, my vision, why am I doing this? To make money? No, don't really care about that besides taking care of my family. My vision is simple. You got your real estate license for a reason. You got your license to be successful. Matter of fact, you got your real estate license to be massively successful. Nobody got their real estate license and said, I can't wait to be a mediocre realtor. I can't wait to sell 1 or 2 homes a year. No, everybody got their license thinking they were going to sell 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 homes every month. And if you read Simon Sinek's book, The Infinite Game, you'll learn about the just cause. And my just cause is that every single agent that I work with will break through ceilings, hit their goals, build amazing, successful companies, live the life they were born to live. By the way, I'll never reach it. It's not possible. And that's the idea. That's why it's an infinite game, not a finite game. All right. And lastly, I am working as a one-on-one coach. If you want to hire me as a coach, you can. Drop your email. I'll send you more information on that.
Awesome.
Cari, thanks for the infomercial opportunity.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. If you go into EXP Family Tree, click on the pinned post, it drops down all the verbiage above the image that says the calendar. If you go down there, you're going to see the free calls that John offers us, which is Eastern time zone, Monday through Friday, and the Pacific time zone or West Coast time zone for both MST and PST on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He's doing that to really just provide our agents great value in the partnership with him as a coach. And so that's the first place if you want to just continue to warm up and get involved in that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take all these emails. There's a number of them, John. I'm going to send them to John, and then John will be able to send you an email with your other options. So if you like the $25 option or one-on-one, then you can actually have a conversation with him. But for those of you that are bringing agents into your organization who are maybe trying to help people see what we do here at EXP, that calendar of events in EXP Family Tree is there for you to invite anybody to, including what John has offered to our group in these free calls. So please utilize them and please show up. And of course you can take it from there, but think about having access to this information, these scripts, and this conversation on a regular basis. It's up here in John's head because he's done this over and over and over again. If you surround yourself with these conversations, you're going to grow into them too. And this is the name of the game, right? And we have somebody who is the best of the best that is offering this. So I just continue to encourage you to please take advantage of it. Somebody asked the question really quickly, John, where do you find, or what would you suggest, or where do you see your clients finding the ways to get the numbers to call the people, to do the circle prospecting, also doing the door hangers and postcards, et cetera?
So glad you asked that. So Vulcan 7 is probably the best resource. You can dump an entire neighborhood. It'll give you the address, the name of the homeowner, and the phone number, and it'll scrub that number against the do not call list. Also, probably the best resource for pulling expired listings as well. Now, I mentioned to you earlier, there's going to be a number of expired listings where you can't find the phone number. No worries, email the previous agent. Here's what I want you to write. I want you to write, hey, Cari, this is John Dietz. I'm reaching out to you in reference to 123 Main Street. By the way, this entire conversation is a copy and paste message. So every email, and I would send out 20 or 30 of these a day. Every email is a copy and paste other than the person's name I'm sending it to and the address. So, hey, Cari, this is John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. I'm reaching out to you in reference to 123 Main Street. If you're going to relist that property, please ignore my email. However, if you're not going to relist that property, I will gladly pay you a referral fee of 25% for the homeowner's contact information. I got listings doing that. I got 2 to 3 listings a month from doing that. Now, I got some emails from real estate agents who didn't like it very much. And just push the delete button when that happens.
Yep. Well, then they can just go relist it. I mean, if that's what they're going to do, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The other thing I want you to do is pick 5 expired listings that you can't find the phone number for every day and go knock on their door. Mm-hmm. Now, when you knock on doors, guys, I want you to have an 8.5 by 11 envelope and an 8.5 by 11 bullet point resume inside that envelope. And it's just a list of why somebody would want to hire you. And on the outside of the envelope, I want you to use a Sharpie marker and write urgent really big. And then lean it against the front door. So when they're pulling into the driveway, they see this envelope marked urgent. What would you do? I'd get out of my car and go look at it. Yeah. And it might be 3 months later and you'll get a call. Hey, you left this information at my front door. We're thinking of putting the house back on the market. Yep, be right there. Tomorrow at 4 or 5, which is better for you. You know, I closed about $3 million worth of deals over a 2-month period from one homeowner who called me because of that. And then their next door neighbor listed their home, and the next door neighbor bought another home. And between those 3 transactions, it was a couple $1 million, all in one envelope marked urgent.
Amazing. I love this. I mean, if you guys don't know what to do after this call, I don't know if we can help you. Now we have too much to do. Rewatch this. So somebody asked me, how do we rewatch this? Go into EXP Family Tree. It is live streamed there and you can watch it forever. We never delete these. I have it labeled so you know which one it is, and you can save it as a favorite. So if you want to come back to it within 24 hours, we will have it in another link that I can send to you. So just work chat me. I'm going to go ahead, and those of you that shared your contact information, you will be getting an email from John. So please participate in whatever you feel is best for you and invite your friends. We hope that you guys like this. Thank you so much for showing up. There was a ton of people watching live as well, John. I monitored that. There was quite a few live viewers. So you have added value to us very, very much today. We greatly appreciate you as being one of our partners in coaching our agents, because what we know is we need to step up our game and be more skilled than we've ever been in this new market. And we're excited to be able to bring experts like John to you guys. So thank you guys so much. We will see you back on Monday for our revenue share huddle. And if you need anything, you know where to reach us. Thank you, John. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Make it a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
My pleasure. My pleasure.